Hello and welcome to the commentary of history. Speak now, who is in here?
Pookie's here.
I'm Lauren, and I didn't work on this episode.
What? I'm Hoffman. I did actually work on this episode.
Alan the Cougar Foreman. I did like one drawing for this episode.
And I'm Jack Farrell. I did the editing of the audio.
And I'm Aya Fukuda, art directed.
And I'm Davio.
I would like to know from Pookie what is going on in this scene.
I have no idea what's going on in
Well,
this scene.
what you're seeing is the episode that changed everything. This is the Starboy episode that all the fans hated at first, and then they started kissing her
They
ass and
did?
saying how great it was. That's right. They were very upset because this episode broke mold and became more movie than reality.
Random guy.
Who took me in and
What?
forced me to sing.
That's right, our old friends, Random Guy, and who else hated us?
Joey Knight?
No, Joey Nice, I think, what is a fan true and true. Random Guy had some things to say. Who else? Jack, do you remember?
No, I don't remember at all.
Was
Jack
Landstander one of them?
I don't. No, Landstander loved it.
No, he loved everything. There was one other dude. Well, he'll remain nameless. Here we go.
Landstander's gonna be psyched that we give him a
But
reference.
one of the reasons,
Big fan of Landstander.
point out one of the reasons that people didn't like it is they thought that the production was too high end for what the kids could do.
And they're missing the whole point of this episode is that Brendan has gone so much into the movies, he's blowing off his schoolwork. So what do you think about that, Random Guy?
My
Wow.
ears.
Anyway, Aya, talk about the art.
Well,
Ready,
I was
go.
very
Now.
pleased with this episode. A lot of people tried very hard, and the art was just outstanding. Although I do have to say, Pops did some extra gestures here and there.
Aya, do you have a cold?
Just a little. You know, I'm getting over it. It's just a little frog in my throat.
Let's back up a little. I'm not exactly following.
Look at behind Starboy is the machine that goes
Like that. Okay.
From
It's a classic.
Spencer Gifts.
from Spencer Gift.
Who put the box upside down?
That's good.
That's a classic gag. This end
Yeah,
up.
that is a
Is
classic.
it a gay?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm from
snap.
Minnesota or something. Whatever.
So, Aya, what do you think about the costume design of the Captain of Outer Space and Starboy?
Well, the Captain of Outer Space.
Wow! We have the see-through art. This must be the storyboard. Speak now on the storyboard, Aya.
I think it's just absolutely adorable. The cave here was a particular inspiration of mine, and I actually had people try out many different cave scenes to find the right one. And it was finally selected, and it was drawn by none other than Hoffman.
I tried.
I heard that a lot of location scouting went into finding that cave. Trips to France and to the Middle East, in particular Jerusalem. Is that true?
There was a fair amount of drinking at the Middle East. That's true.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
What kind of references were we using art-wise to base these character designs? I'm going to throw out things like Batman and Flash Gordon.
Yes, we
Anyone
did.
else want to chime in?
We did actually watch Flash Gordon.
We did.
As reference.
Yeah,
What do you think we can do about
We went a step above and beyond on this one.
we did. And have you heard they're remaking that movie? Big mistake, I gotta say. Jack, talk about Flash Gordon.
Failing.
Are we allowed?
I don't think we can actually sing
No,
that
you
song.
can't sing that.
Or
Play it all
getting
the
Brian
time.
May will sue our asses.
Detention. Failed.
Why did those little
everything.
kids get a paper cutter like that?
This was part of his little
Oh, they didn't really-
anxiety fantasy sequence.
Therefore, there is no paper cutter actually there.
It's all in his head.
It took me
Sorry,
like
I'm
4
so
days to
stupid
do the
teacher.
sound design.
Exactly. You know, he's got the upper
And
hand.
if-
Four
He knows my
whole
weakness.
Why
days.
didn't you just go upstairs?
If you
to
look
the
at-
And it was some of the best
secretary?
sound design, I gotta tell you.
What did you
Hey,
It's a life
Right back at you.
loved
Oh
your
wait!
nice
Brendan.
laser blast. Jack.
Thank you.
You're failing history. Does
This
come as a
episode took a
surprise to you?
lot of redesign of
Well,
characters,
you've done pretty much no
and it took a
homework,
lot of extra
and,
time
you don't
that we
study
were not
for
paid
state
for.
tests.
Well, it's because every character had like 3 or 4
Well,
different
you're in
costumes,
no
right?
danger of that
And then
because
don't forget the hot dog guy.
Yeah.
Did you get angry when you got the audio and you said, thanks a lot
Thanks
for
a lot,
all of
Jack."
the costumes and settings?
Yeah,
Jack.
No, because actually this was probably one of our most favorite episodes to animate because we're all dorks, and you know, it harkens back to our heyday. of
You
mean
Flash
the-
Gordon
If I
and-
remember correctly, you guys were kind of chomping at the bit.
We
You had
were-
heard
we
some
were.
bits of audio during production,
That's right.
and we're just anxious to get your hands on it.
Well, I remember going into your office and you played me the Mr. Pants song,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
I
Wait
wet
a minute.
myself. I was so excited about that song.
Yeah, there's just a whole lot of different
I'll be honest
mixtures
with
of
you,
style in this. I mean, we mentioned Flash Gordon before. The music, of course, is inspired by the Flash Gordon movie too. The soundtrack by Queen. And
Well,
all
we're all
that.
inspired by the movie. Flash.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's
Yeah.
defined my
I
life.
actually already have a tutor, Mr.
Oh,
Lynch.
you already have a tutor, huh? Who's that?
I got to admit, Brendan, I'm a little disappointed in you. I thought we worked on history.
Well, you know, the few answers that you told me were wrong, and most of the other stuff you told me never came up.
Hey, how was that new Battlestar Galactica show, huh? Pretty kick-ass,
That's
right?
pretty
That's
nice.
a good show. That's a good show.
I haven't seen it.
Good show.
Gotta watch it.
I haven't
Good
seen it.
show,
No,
man.
I haven't seen
You're
it.
in on
Just
it.
watch
Now
it.
you're
It's pretty
complicit. Now you're
innovative.
out. Now
So
you're
Aya,
singled out.
I think every episode there is a soccer scene where they have a heart-to-heart.
Yeah, that's
Brendan
where they started
McGurk.
frozen bodies at the
How do
aliens
we,
that went
you
around.
know, do things to make it interesting? Because it's the same thing every episode.
Illegal.
Go, Aya.
Very good.
Well, actually, we use the same
Now, why
background,
can't you do that?
and most of the
Fast.
animation is just
When you're talking to
rehashed
me,
from
it's
episode
easy.
to episode,
That's
and the
really
only thing that
step
really
down.
differs is the
I
audio.
would have had they asked me about it.
Fabulous.
What
That's
did they
not
ask
true.
you?
But you sprinkle a little love on that,
That's not
and
important.
oh boy,
Like Jimmy
you got
Hoffa,
some
do they-
special
No,
magic.
more like a Washington.
Or just plug in the Area 51 answer.
Mm,
Right.
yeah.
They ask you anything about Sam Adams? I know about him. He was a brewer and a patriot, and I know what he looks like. It's on the label.
Yeah.
And funny hair.
Yeah.
Want to go see a movie?
Sure.
Let's hit it.
I wonder if
Look
you're
at
a-
that
Oh,
shot.
I like that.
Oh, cinematic, really.
Who did it?
This is crazy, but maybe you
Is
might
it just
Woo!
me, or
I
was
don't
this
remember.
too much on the
the first
film.
episode that really started
That's
punching
what
it up
This
a
is a
notch?
Pops episode.
That's right. This is.
But Mom, I'm getting pressure.
We
now.
actually have a
Jason
piece of
doing these
artwork
movies on
in-house
time and under
that
budget,
Pops
so
did,
there's, you know, I've
especially
gotta-
for this episode.
He
Well, I don't mean
loves
to sound like a broken
Starboy.
record, Brendan, but
Because
you
he's a
know,
nerd.
He drew it
I think
entirely
it's
on toilet
great
paper
that you're failing.
with his own blood.
It's great.
Because I'm
Did it
gonna
really
save
go
so
out like
much
this
money
without
not paying
their
for you to
hands
go to
being
film
filled
school.
in?
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't think I have the energy right now.
We
in
couldn't
my
be
life to
troubled.
be
We were
tutored.
too busy
Weren't-
getting
Weren't there
drunk.
some
What about all
questions
that
about
energy you
Brendan how
aren't
he got an
using on your
editing
homework?
machine
That's
too?
what-
I think
Yeah, we had a lot of questions on that. And hello,
Use a
Rich
little of that
Dad.
energy to
Hello.
Lawyer.
But that wasn't
Just
revealed
now
till
we're just talking in
season...
No, this was
No,
this was-
season
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Season
Season
two
two.
was
Get
That's
back
where
to
you're
two,
going, that's
the
fine.
2 or 4 episodes before this.
yeah, the really
yeah,
crappy
that's right.
episodes about the dad and
damn.
Linda that really shut the whole series down, and then until this episode where it brought it back to being funny again.
All I remember is drawing that car, and it's like 10 times more realistic than any other car.
Way to go,
I
Hoffman.
know. And then I got...
Nice job.
Hey, Alan, nice job.
You can't do anything right.
Someone talk.
I think this is actually my scene. Yes, it is,
It
because
is your scene.
the hands are huge.
The bigger the hands, the more evil the
Please,
villains.
my evil friends, one moment. You know, we've talked a
Hoffman's my
lot
husband.
about destroying Have either of you thought
He's
about
He's my
Special friend
husband
of
too.
Yes.
No!
We met.
You
We
bitch.
all three met at work
Oh, you idiot.
and formed an instant bond.
Who
Genital,
says
genital
you don't?
region bond.
Oh my.
Ew.
The love that
What I
dare
would
not
like to
speak
do
its
now
name.
is introduce you
We're
to
the
my
three-
killing machine.
What is it, the
who
three-backed
also
monster?
happens to be my favorite kitty. Please.
Hey,
put your
I'm
hands
just gonna throw this
together
question
for
around. You guys
Mr.
just jump in.
Pants.
Who's your favorite character and why?
Mmm.
Hoffman, start.
I'm gonna go with Adelberg.
Why?
Not junior, but senior.
Yeah.
Because junior got overused, in my opinion.
He sure
I
did,
think-
and not to cut you off, but didn't you animate this breakdancing scene?
Yes, I did.
Isn't there like isn't there a section where you rotoscope too? Like, or
Hey,
What?
Jack, shut up.
It was all from his head.
Yeah. No,
It's no
right
roads.
here, right here. This
Yeah,
is the.
look at that.
Yep.
Hoffman had us all breakdancing, and he just drew us breakdancing.
And you can see how chunky it is. No, that was not me. My skills have gotten better though.
Yeah,
But
look at
then-
that. That's
yeah.
straight. It's straight from Turbo and Ozone, from Breakin' to Electric
Yeah.
Boogaloo.
Check it out. There's
I like the headband too.
Oh,
kid
dude,
play.
this is classic, man.
Hoffman
stuff.
stars in the behind-the-scenes video that I think is still
Yeah,
on the
which I
Soup to Nuts
hate.
website. No, it's so cute.
So, you know, a lot of fans
That's
would
nice.
cite season 2 as the weakest of the seasons.
Oh.
Do you guys agree or disagree? Speak now.
I think it got better in season 3.
Way better season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, our command of Flash got a little bit better.
Flash.
I would say the
Stories
scripts got a little
got
better.
better.
We learned about lines over lines.
We
That's
learned
a
that
point,
Dad
yeah.
and Linda were boring better for stories.
And somewhere in there, Josie disappeared.
Yeah, we lost her, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was
Wow.
the end of season
That
2.
was second season.
Yeah.
And the fans were like, "Well, where is she? Where is she?" And she came back and she doesn't do anything. So like, "Oh, all right, whatever."
And who does the voice of Josie?
That's a very interesting.
Lauren
question.
Bouchard.
It's Lauren Bouchard. Lauren Bouchard.
And how many takes? Isn't it like there's
We have actually one file of it that we just kind of pass around, like it's a master file that we kind of pass around because it's very similar noises that he makes. Every once in a while on a record we'd throw him in a booth and have him do a couple more sounds, but
It's a limited amount, right?
yeah, I mean he doesn't do much. It's just this kind of odd little vocal quirk that he does. That sorry, we're all watching you.
Yeah, that's another one.
We're getting drawn into the
Yes, it's,
I think this is one of mine again.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to do this earlier, and I'll just do it now. Last summer, I was at Comic-Con, and I interviewed all these fans that should have been on the DVD from the season 1, and it didn't get through. But I just want to say, I love you all, and the only reason it didn't get in is because of all the noise the fans behind me made. And I just want to say you guys are really cool, and I love you. And that's it. And I have all your names right here, but I can't get to them right now. Aya, speak now.
Wait, I love the music. in this
here
part.
comes the is this the
The
yeah, the hot
bossa
dog
nova.
scene?
Let's go find out where hot dogs are made.
Where are they made?
This was Brendan's
And
the music was also recycled. In season 2 we used a lot of he made some music for some episodes and it seemed to fit in scenarios where you didn't really think it would. Like his little Brazilian song there really fit for the hot dog.
I believe in season 3 or season 4, the hot dog makes a reappearance too.
Really?
Yeah.
What episode?
It's like one frame. It's the
It's in the Fight Club.
yeah,
That
the
goes
Oh, that's
with
right.
it.
Yeah.
right.
Fact
That's
Club.
right. That's awesome.
So get
Which,
that DVD if
yeah.
it comes out.
If you've bought this one, that one might be coming out.
Let's go back to the hot dogs.
It's called Supply and Demand.
By
Any
the time
stories
we-
you'd like to
Holy hot dog
talk about
wipe. Who did
from the
that?
making of this or any other home movies episode?
Junior high?
No.
No.
Washington Street?
Is that a horsey mug?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We
That's
switched
so
to cats
sweet.
later
Yeah.
for Lynch.
That's right.
Why does Lynch have the John Waters mustache? That's always kind of creeped me out a little.
We really like John Waters.
You know, Brendan, a lot of
He was
this
the producer of
information
this.
is actually in your book. Remember those things with the cover like on them?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And there's
remember
all
one
the
that says
classic I
history
love
and
beta
has
carotene
has
posters,
Washington on the
Yeah.
cover?
which actually
Yeah,
became a theme to
I got
create
that
really
somewhere.
Yeah, that's the history
retarded
book.
Okay.
posters to
Brendan,
throw
do you
throughout
feel like
all
you
the
get easily
episodes.
distracted?
What was great is when we used to draw Lynch, we would
Get
never
easily
draw him with
distracted.
pants,
You know that?
and you can
Well,
find
let me ask
naked
you
Lynch
something.
behind the desk
Do you
somewhere on
know
the
how hot
DVD.
dogs are made?
Find a way to get you to focus.
On what?
On what?
Maybe.
Isn't that right? Aya,
Yeah.
speak now.
The
Make it
question
so.
is, do you want
Actually,
to?
Most of the
As in
time
correct.
when
Now,
characters
what do
were
you
seen
think is
from
what you
only the
focus
waist up,
Yes,
we
as in
drew them
correct.
without
What do I
pants.
think is what I should
And
focus
would
on?
generally
On
detail
those
the
traits of
genitalia
mine?
quite
Yes,
extensively.
as in
They-
correct.
they were
But I
all well
think the
endowed.
problem here is that you
Oh,
have a hard time
absolutely.
paying
Yeah.
attention.
On
Couldn't have it
that,
any other
what
way.
I think is yes, as in correct.
Except for
Look,
Brendan.
Brendan, I wouldn't be trying to help you if I
Well,
didn't think
Brendan's young.
Well, I appreciate that.
Mm.
They make up for it in the
Hey,
nose.
Brendan, what are you angry at me for it, all right?
I never said I was angry.
Well, you were angry because I gave you the wrong answers that one
Oh, this is a.
time.
I actually like this scene a lot. This is again, I think this is a Katie one. If I'm wrong, holler. But no, the flower, the flower bit is very, very nice, very subtle.
It's always fun to give them props when they talk and talk and talk, because it gives them something to do, a little activity.
Hey, who you calling slow?
You.
Real nice.
Hey, oh, I got a story. Speaking of McGurk,
Yeah. So this
I'd like
is
to
it,
talk
then.
about the revelation of Black Hole Brew.
Okay, I'm willing to.
If you got,
I've
cool?
never
You got
heard
like
of
that
that.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Never heard it.
Black Hole Brew, the brew that McGurk drinks, originally was not beer.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, that's right, I used to work at a convenience store, and I would do the 5 o'clock shift in the morning, and my friend Damien and I, we would just stay up all night and go right to work. But we were, exhausted. So what we would do is we would fill up one of those like convenience store size mugs with black coffee and put those little speed pills in that they have at the convenience stores. And it says, on the package, do not serve with caffeine. And we would put it in the coffee. And we drink this thing, and our hearts would like pound out of our chest all day. But it was the only thing that keep us awake. So and of course, Black Hole Sun was like the #1 song. So we said Black Hole Brew. And that was it.
Oh my god, you're
And
badass.
yeah, caffeine badass. Yeah.
And they must know of our plan.
Not to worry, my
And you would always counter that with a frozen Eskimo
Yeah.
afterwards.
That's right. And I will not reveal the ingredients of the frozen Eskimo.
I'm Shakespeare.
And I'm Oliver Twist. And I'm a the mermaid queen.
Oh, the mermaids.
It's always fun to give men boobs.
If anything should happen to us while we hit us,
Hey, shut up.
destroy the human race. Stop it, just get it. And stop Shakespeare.
Coffee has boobs. I should know.
We all have boobs.
And you'll be next, Oliver Twist.
Yeah, it does.
Alan, don't
Looks
touch
like an
my
A
husband's boobs.
Good.
Nice. It's called when you work behind a computer all day and you get no
I
exercise.
went outside today.
do the other four.
And this episode, I remember there was a big discussion about Picasso and how to represent him, because normally Picasso did not paint on his face.
Right.
And so there were multiple versions of Picasso.
So
Well, it
what
looks
the?
like we're up to our cuffs
It's
in
very
danger,
good.
eh? Le Capitan de la Outro Espacio.
So what?
There's the gnome.
Right now, I'm routing the
I
Jefferson
saw it
Street
first.
flight. Great.
I'm gonna get that fancy
That's
helmet.
all taken
Drink.
care of. Now, yep. Right. Now,
And that's the Holy
go get me a
Roller as
lemonade,
well.
Huh?
Yeah.
Reusing.
I wonder who did this seed.
What?
Was it
Oh,
you?
you get your own lemonade.
This would be a
I'm
pop
busy
scene.
flying
Pop scene.
the space
Why, is there an
rocket.
eye roll?
I see a double
Oh, it's
point
those
coming
double
up.
fingers, yeah.
Oh.
Go-getter. You know that? You're a
Ain't
one-of-a-kind,
nothing worse than a
good-looking,
double
good,
point. Or
old-fashioned,
maybe
funny,
an
smart,
eye roll that
good-looking
goes on
go-getter.
way too long.
No.
About what I just said.
Well, thank you, Starboy.
Yeah. Now go get me a
Here
lemonade.
comes the compliment
huh?
song.
Everyone sing the compliment song.
Hey.
And you at home too.
Yes. Good stuff there.
Hey,
Hey,
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. How'd you get me to get you lemonade?
It's not the song yet. Hold up. Wait.
Wait.
I'm
And if you listen closely, this is the same music as the birthday
Oh,
song
how about that little tidbit?
from the party.
Pearl of knowledge.
You
So-
look great in that shirt. Now help me have my
This
skirt.
skirt.
You have very nice
Cheekbones.
Aha,
Superman
Superman
2.
Superman 2.
Bank loan.
Thank you, General Zod. And Friends.
Because your skin is soft as buttermilk. Now help me pay my thighs.
Help me what?
He says, "Help me paint my thighs." Right there. Yes, that was never clear in any version of our audio. It always comes out sounding like, "And help me pay my thighs."
Gotcha.
And that's the end of the compliment song.
Ah,
Nice.
Mr. Pants.
Yeah, will do.
Who designed Mr. Pants?
I think I did actually. And then, but Hoffman
Yeah.
animated him to brilliance.
And I had to deal with all those glowing pieces.
Yeah, sorry about that.
A nuisance.
Nice knowing you,
But it was
Starboy.
fun.
Guess I'll see you on the other side.
Of what?
His
Get him,
music's
Mr.
fun.
Here comes the stock footage of Melissa.
Have you been working out?
Get him, Mr. Pan.
It's nice to
Yeah.
hear that because you have a great physique.
What are you talking about, Starboy? Mr. Pants.
He sure does put up and down that visor a lot.
Now, I must say, I was new to the show when
this,
when we first did this. I was like 6 episodes in,
Yeah.
and seeing that visor go up and down, I thought that was the coolest thing. I forget who did it, but it was
Back
awesome.
in the day, that was
Yeah.
pretty nifty.
I actually designed that.
So a lot of people say that this is their favorite episode. I wanted to just throw out what are your favorite episodes?
My
This
personal
one's the
favorite
best.
is still School Nurse from the first season.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the kitty one.
I'm gonna go in order. I'm gonna go director's cut. Audio-wise, still the funniest audio, I think. School Nurse. This is right up there, and I think it might even be tied with Renaissance.
Renaissance was good.
Yeah.
Brendan?
Oh, there's my pants.
You mind coming?
That was actually we modeled the Mr. Pants' starship after Hoffman's actual pants.
Because I had a very specific
Well,
belt
not so
buckle, which
fast
is the
there,
nice
little mister.
head to
Why
the
don't you take a look
ship.
I didn't know your pants were famous.
Congratulations.
That's a sad statement from a wife, right?
I'll see you at
I keep
school
learning
today.
new things about you.
It's fun to learn.
Looks like we won, hey, Starboy?
Yeah, it does, old friend.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
And here's the
now
classic ending, as in
We wait and we sit.
the party episode.
And if evil
Nice,
comes,
wonderful
we'll be
music
ready.
playing in the background.
Ready, because
And this is when
nobody
I
can beat us,
actually
Starboy.
had to animate a
Not
flag instead of
even
use the
our
skew tool.
Uh,
Isn't that right, Aya?
Oh, yes. Why do I get all the cheesy songs at the end?
the flame.
You're the one that
I
handed
never
out the
pick them.
scenes.
Actually,
They've got multiple arms.
Because
Hey.
you remember the days of Squiggle Vision
I do.
when there were
I'm
always
sort of
songs.
I get the remnants. Whatever the animators don't want, that's what the art director
I'm
gets
concerned
to
that they might have
do.
been damaged.
It's fun.
You sound angry about that.
Never.
I don't think that counted as a test.
If you
because
want
in the
angry,
past,
listen to
you're
our other
supposed to
commentary.
answer it. You did not
Goddamn
answer.
animators can't do anything
diagram
right. I get
sentences
this
of
crappy ass
what
audio.
you did wrong.
I have to draw to it. It's just horrible. Then I send it off to the video editing. Ah, it's terrible.
I is drunk again.
Well, it was all fun watching this with you people. And by you people, I mean those jokers out there listening to this commentary.
The people
Good night to all, and to all a good
who
night.
shelled out the
Santa?
clams for this one.
Hi, Mom.
That's it.
Campbell soup.
What?